Warning! This is a Commissar Bro Impressions review video. It's full of fake accents, noobish tinkering, and spoilerific gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello comrades, Commissar Bro here today with Thea the Awakening. Thea the Awakening is a strategic survival game inspired by Slavic mythology and folklore, and it's set in a dark post-apocalyptic fantasy world. It is also developed by Muha Games and is still in early access. Yes, it's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Yes, this game is very interesting to start off. Also, disclaimer, my recording software tends to jump between 30 and 60 FPS, so keep in mind that is just my recording software and not the game. But anyway, yes, this is a very interesting game to say the least. It is quite... It's definitely a strategic survival game in the sense of... Oh man, I don't even know where to start. Let's go ahead and start here with managing your actual settlement. As you can see, here we have Ostoya. Ostoya can be renamed whatever we want to name it. I'm going to name it Billytown. That's right. So now we have Billytown here that has production, it has crafting of items, and you can also, like I said, you can build here, or you can gather here. So as you research technologies, it actually becomes open to you to actually get more materials to gather, more items to craft, and more buildings to construct. The entire technology tree is completely based around these three principles. It's very interesting. It's simple, yet it seems a little more complicated than it really is. Honestly, it's very, very simple. For example, let's try to gather a resource, shall we? As you can see, we've already got wood kind of set up, so let's take Felislava and say, you're going to chop some wood. And it tells us right there how much she is going to chop and how long it's going to take. That's right. Oh, let's say Amelia here, yes. Amelia, she has a 9, so she's producing 90, so that means it's only going to take her 1 turn to get the vegetables we so need. Or Janina. If Janina is put on coal, it's going to take 280 to get it. I think it's fairly obvious where we're going with this. So yes, there's the basics. I'm actually going to put Kuba up there because he's better than Felislava. That's right. So they're basically going to be gathering a bunch of materials for us. Now, if you want to actually produce something, it operates in the same fashion, except rather than the gather trait, we see here that we actually have a crafting trait, and that's what they need. Also, you can see here that this is all the items that can be crafted that I currently have. And yeah, it's pretty simple stuff there. Pretty simple stuff. Alright, so we're going to back out of that. And again, construction works the exact same way. Except, let me show you something as well while I'm here. When you're actually crafting, constructing, or whatever, you're going to have a multiple of ways to build things. In this case, the pasture we can build with 25 wood, 25 food, and 10 of either quartz or wood. Is that quartz? No, that's not quartz. No, that's iron. Yeah, okay. That one, it was being difficult with me. You're playing games with me. But anyway, so iron, we could say, hypothetically, put it there, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to use wood because wood's easier to gather. So here we go. This is the actual amount that it's going to provide us. We're going to get 1 food per turn from it. It's also going to give us an attract human, so it gives us a better chance of actually attracting human survivors to our little village of Billytown. It's just simple stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. We're going to build that bad boy, and I'm going to put my dwarf smith on it. It's going to take him 6 turns. However, we can also give him a helper. So we're going to get Yanko and the dwarf smith to both work on that pasture. It'll be done in 4 turns. Alright, so that's the basics of actually controlling your settlement, but a lot of the meat of the game comes in your actual villagers, your expeditions, which I'm going to show you now. So, scroll over here. Now, essentially, what happens is you have your expedition, you have equipment for each one of your people. As you can see here, Ispor has bone spike armor, he's got a big training sword, and he's got a crossbow. and it works the same way with everyone else. They all have a variety of different weapons. Actually, I'm going to give Isbor this one right here, this blunt greatsword. Yeah, there you go. Now you're looking like a BA. I love all the artwork in this game as well, by the way. Anyway, focus on the task at hand. So, we've got all this good stuff going on here. Ooh, heady armor. Who could wear that? Could he? Yes, it looks like he could. Let's give that to Isbor. See now I'm actually playing the game, damn it. It's so easily distracted. It's fun. This game's fun. Like, I know I'm kind of jumping the gun and not explaining what I normally would explain, but I do want to just kind of sum up with the fact that this game is quite a lot of enjoyment to be had, honestly. And I can tell they literally just patched it today because I'm sitting here playing it, and a lot of things, that's kind of why I'm stuttering through the video, is a lot of things that they've been changed since yesterday, so I'm kind of thrown off a bit. So, let's go ahead and point out the fact that my expedition is over-encumbered. So to move my expedition, I click this little button here, and we say we're moving there. Now, of course, they only had enough movement points to move that one tile, and it'll take 4 more movement points to move to Billytown. But we're going to go ahead and end our turn. And oh shit. Crows! Beasts! Okay, well, they walked past us. Alright, so I'm going to explain something else. Things keep happening! I apologize ahead of time. Normally I'm a lot more structured, I swear. So essentially you have quests in this game, and as you can see, we completed a quest, which was build a building. And as such, we have gained 15 gold and 9 scaled leather, which again are used for crafting, all that good stuff. So this is your little trainer demon fellow who tells you how to do things and get things done. So basically part of the tutorial, and we're going to say, thanks Theodore, all done now. And you get experience, and you also get research. That's right. Experience obviously levels up your people. It's one giant pooled experience. So if you level up, everyone levels up. So it's kind of like your town is leveling up, really. Just FYI. But anyway, we're going to move back to Billytown. And because we're over-encumbered, we get less movement points. So it's taken us a little while to get to Billytown. And another quest happened. Today looks like a good day. Your people discovered a magnificent stork flying past your village and sitting on one of the houses. Storks are known omens of good luck, at least to those who they deem worthy. Hurrah! Stork is bound to bring good fortune. And what do you know? We get a little baby in the cabbage patch. That is just phenomenal. Yippee for the stork. Yes, because we don't have interrelations, if you know what I mean. Move on to Billytown. Alright, now that we're in Billytown, we can take some of the items that we've picked up in our expedition, like this quartz, and we're going to drop it over here. And I'm just going to do it one by one like this, because F it. Yeah, alright, good. I guess we'll drop some weapons there too, because they don't really have any weapons in the town. Keep in mind, weapons have all sorts of different stats. Some are better than others, obviously. And yeah, it's something you'll start to notice. Like sometimes even if you have the same weapon, it might have different stats, which is something I really like. As you can tell here, this leather jerkin has 11 armor and 3 dex, while this one only has 9 and 2, and this one has 11 and 2. So yeah, there's all sorts of different things going on there, and we're just gonna throw stuff over at these people. That's right. Okay, so then you can take all that equipment that our expedition found, and we can actually equip it to our people. So yeah. The last thing I'm going to show in this video that I think is probably a little pertinent to how the game plays is combat. Now, combat is probably the part of the game I found the most confusing at first. However, it kind of starts to make sense after a couple of playthroughs. Even then, I'm still kind of iffy on it, so bear with me as we battle through it. And I'm going to give this stuff to my little dwarf fellow here. He's a good dwarf. Alright, there you go, buddy. Let's give him some clothes. Yeah, let's give him the bone spike armor, because he would look totally badass with bone spike armor. How about Phyllis-Lava? Oh, let's give her the quilted cloth, because she's going to look totally badass with it. Oh, she's over-encumbered. Damn it. I guess she doesn't really have any more space. Let's get this guy. Yeah, there you go. Let's get this guy's all got something. But this is better. Alright, there's it. Phenomenal. Let's give him a bone. He's going to hit people with a bone. Go for it, Budro. Actually, no, we're going to give him something else. And, yeah, so we'll give him the bone. Alright, so everyone's been equipped and is ready to defend the village should it be attacked. And it is daytime. and we've got all sorts of baddies all over the place. One of your children has matured into young and is ready to join your village. The child killed a mouse with its bare little hands. Looks like a promising warrior. Yeah, we're going to need some warriors because I've actually lost a couple already. Celebrate the rite of passage. Phenomenal. Okay, so we're going to take our people and we're going to go for these bees and bats. That's right, bees and bats. Bees are freaking dangerous in this game. Best way to slay a beast: 2 deformed bats, 3 crazed bees, 1 ravenous crow. I love the explanation of what each one of these items are. It's hilarious. Anyway, so it looks like we have 2 cards we can use in combat. And honestly, I like to auto-resolve a lot of this just because the AI tends to do better than me. But so we have 2 guys who can actually fight and 2 people who will be full-on support. So first, we're going to play Isbor. Yeah, that's right, because he gets a 5 defensive bonus, which adds 5 to his health, as you can see. He also deals 18 damage. So we're going to end that. Alright, opponent's turn. They're going to lay down more cards. Alright, so we got 3 bees and a crow. Alright, so we're going to lay down our only other warrior. And there she is, Jasia. Alright, we're going to end our turn again. Thankfully, all these monsters are relatively weak, with the strongest one only being able to dish out 3 damage, depending on whatever that one up there ends up being. And we're going to say support ally on this one. It gives her 2 additional attack. It's not really going to help, but whatever. And we're going to put a confuse. Oh, I guess I can't do that yet, not until the combat phase. Well, then we will wait till the combat phase, dear viewer. As you can tell, monsters have been played down. My units have been played down. So now that all these cards have been played down, I can also do something like here, depending on what it is. It can apply, like in this case, we can use confuse. Alright, so we use confuse. You know how many actions you can take right here. It tells you how many cards to play. Now, combat is only 2 rounds, and we're about to check that out here. So, fight phase 1, we got hit again, and we hit back, killed the crazed bee. Jasia hit the ravenous crow, and then the crazed bee, so she hit twice. She has a high initiative, so good for her. Isfor took another hit, but then killed the crazed bee, and then Jasia killed both of the deformed rats, or the deformed bats, I mean. So, that was combat. A little confusing, yes, I know. But, all in all, this game's awesome. Like, I know I've kind of been struggling to even talk about it. It's because a little bit of it is, like I said, the changes that they're constantly doing to the game. There wasn't an options menu yesterday. There is today, to give you an idea. But anyway, this game is really cool. Like, honestly, I'm pretty excited to see the finished product. It makes me think a lot of King of Dragons Pass. Obviously, it's not just a text-based adventure, but there is a lot of text going on here, sort of like that King Arthur game, if you're familiar with that one. And all in all, for only about 20 bucks, this seems like it's pretty worth it. Now, it's still an early access title, and early access is kind of a mixed bag of do good, do bad. So, you know, buy at your own risk, but from what I can tell, the developer seems to be very active, the game seems very fun, and honestly, I'm kind of excited to see what comes out of this. I'm really excited to play the finished product and really give a true review on it. So, without further ado, this has been Commissar Bro, and I will see all you amazing people next time.